Hey guys, what is up? Kevincage back with another cryptocurrency video. If it's your first time to the channel for daily news and information on the digital asset space, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get right into this. So to start things off, I wanted to go over this quick tweet that Hodor shared, and it was just a quick comparison after his first blog, which I highly recommend checking out. Again, right at Hodor on Twitter, has his link to blog. Probably one of the best writers in the XRP community, keeping us up to date from anything from the XRP ecosystem, how market makers work, you name it. So, really quick as we can see, and I don't want to say, whose coin is better than yours, but essentially that's what I'm saying in this case with XRP versus Bitcoin if you want to just compare them. So again, level of decentralization, you can sum a lot of people that are uninformed with Ripple's actual strategic planning because it's an actual business and a true business model, says it's high when you really understand the nodes and everything, and Ripple actually owning, what is it, actually 7% of the supply? Relatively small, and I'm not counting the escrow amount. Again, that is for actually expanding the XRP ecosystem in the future. This is probably one of the most legitimate investments in the digital asset space today, and has been. If you look at the price performance over the years, in 2017, it was a top performer. Everybody's basing the past, 18 months, 20 months of this bear market. And again, they're losing sight of what's actually happening. And I personally follow the fundamentals. Now, granted, you can argue the same for Bitcoin in terms of price, performance, and adoption over the years. But again, I still consider this to be the Napster, and XRP will take a huge slice of this pie. So Bitcoin, of course, we know the proof of work mechanism is, highly inefficient. Of course, if you're talking about the environmental impact and electrical consumption, everything's a tongue twister because I'm trying to talk a little faster, like the modern investor. And look at this, 68.81 terawatt hours annually on the Bitcoin network right here, less than 0.01, 1/10 terawatt hour annually. Compare the fees, and then even on-chain transactions in terms of scalability, completely different in terms of settlement speed. And again, XRP is aiming to work with settlements. That is at least Ripple's goal with settling, Remittance. And again, I think that we're going to see much more utilization. Everybody's worried that we have just a few XRapid partners barely ramping up yet, still testing everything, waiting for regs to come. I know MoneyGram does not rely on the regulations, which is fine. But again, the CEO even said that they'll be ramping up. They have to build that liquidity. And as I've said, we need higher liquidity, which will create tighter spreads, making XRapid a lot more cost effective and efficient for those high value transfers in the future as well. Highly secure. And again, Bitcoin vulnerable to 51% attacks, double spending, all kinds of issues on its blockchain network. And it's funny that, people say, Bitcoin is still fast. Really, one of the fastest ways to transact Bitcoin is right on the XRP ledger, XRPL. Reliant on trust, no ledger, ever rewritten. Bitcoin longest chain and has been abandoned twice. And again, Bitcoin keeps being forked. There's all kinds of issues. And again, you can say the Lightning Network will solve a lot of this, but I still think there's a lot of work to be done. Granted, I still think that Bitcoin will succeed because it does have that first name recognition. There's a bunch of upside. There's, all kinds of trading products available. And of course, the ecosystem is expanded. And I think eventually we'll see those run-ups in the altcoin market as well. And whether our XRP takes off first or last, I still think that this has the highest potential return on my investment, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Whether the price goes lower and stabilizes, simply is here and stable for a while before going up. This is, my personal opinion, not financial advice. I see the greatest returns in XRP. Next, XRP/vet diamonds to the sky. Matt Marley 52200 on Twitter. Just a few check marks after, Ripple had this recent post, and I just wanted to go over this briefly. So again, Ripple, working with the Federal Reserve, check. Working with the International Monetary Fund, check. Working with central banks, absolutely. 300 plus FIs already today, yes. Multiple White House visits documented, absolutely. SBI's live, correct. And again, that's just another on-ramp. Just because you're not seeing the instantaneous price appreciation of XRP is not a sign. Study the fundamentals. Again, the reality is there, and perspective will soon follow. And even XRP Neo, or XRP_Anderson, is even making a great point that 90% of the foreign exchange market is speculative. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, Ripple or XRP is at 30 cents, 29 cents, could go lower, yet we have all of this. Why is the price not taking effect? It's a matter of time with utility. Speculation has to catch up. And speculation, I know I keep telling you that utility is the key word, But when that happens, speculation will get another kick, and speculation will also drive this market. And I think that none of us have any idea. I know we saw the wave of XRP hitting, well over $3, and that was only speculation. We're getting the ground floor higher and higher. We have people filling their bags. I know some huge, huge bag holders, and this is a bullish indication for me. And when speculation comes, it wouldn't surprise me to see that even double the price after after utility as well. So we got Bank of America, of course, all the patents in Bank of America, as we already know, is, a huge partner. We got American Express. American Express is the latest company to become a member of RippleNet, of course, joining other groups like Qualix, Credit Agricole. And again, they're joining Ripple's blockchain network to provide these real-time business-to-business global payments that will ultimately, enhance their customers' experience and save them a bunch of money. And again, they are adopting blockchain technology, and you need a medium of transfer. You need something to transfer value, hence that will be XRP. Of course, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as well, with all of the unbanked and even Mojaloop, that initiative. And then also now works with 50 plus governments, which was just said recently with Monica Long and Michelle Bond. So very, very exciting times ahead. I just don't comprehend all these people that are commenting on my videos and saying XRP is a scam coin, it's going to zero. Everybody takes what Ripple says is 100% and it's like a giant cult. All right, I've seen phenomenal growth from, fractions of a penny to 30 cents right now. And I see XRP being double digits, triple digits, and potentially even 4 digits at some point. I'm not saying tomorrow, 10 years, who knows? But I'm just telling you that this is a great hedge, not financial advice, and I'm just sharing what I am doing. Next, XRP Neo. So again, this is what I actually just said. So you think only utility will bring the necessary volume to XRP? You should be aware that 90% of all the volume in the foreign exchange market comes from speculators. And now XRP boy, he has some great screenshots. I want to go over this. And this is on, XRP chat along with different websites. So the 3 legs of the XRP stool are liquidity providers, LPs, speculators like you and I, and additional holders, and end users, which would be banks, financial institutions, payment providers, anybody that's really utilizing XRP on their, the RippleNet network. Everybody gets a little something different out of it. So again, audience guy says, I was an early investor in Ripple back last year, and he asks about the escrow and XRP value dilution. Miguel Valles of Ripple says, the goal with Ripple is not to get rich off XRP. The long-term business model is to get a piece of the trillions that will flow through our network on the software side. We use XRP to activate that. It takes time and money. The goal isn't to wait until XRP is $10 and then sell everything and then it's over. Will altcoins ever decouple from Bitcoin? People are trading baskets of this stuff. The real decoupling will be when most altcoins disappear. Decoupling won't happen because Bitcoin does something different, but because some altcoins do their own thing. That's an awesome, awesome screenshot. And then right here with Swift, do not underestimate speculation. As we can see from Bitcoin, the power of speculation seems to trump all other factors for digital assets and cryptocurrencies. But again, remember, these speculative waves, they happen in waves. It's not just all at once. It's not when you see one piece of good news. It's hard to predict, and society psychologically acts like this pendulum, and it's a matter of time. We see this. If you study, the 10 years of, Bitcoin or cryptocurrency as a whole, that's exactly what you're going to see. So yes, XRP has the most potential utility of all cryptos. It could be used on a scale that would dwarf usage by all other DAs, digital assets. The market for Swift payments is currently measured in the quadrillions. If XRP handles just a small fraction of that amount, being conservative, a small fraction of the quadrillions in this market, the utility analysis that Izzy Otto presents can be placed aside as a unique footnote in XRP price history. When I'm saying quadrillions, I am talking about, all the money in the markets in the world. There's derivatives markets, there's real estate, there's everything related to trade finance and products. There's huge upside. And if you don't see that, I don't know what to tell you. Again, I think that XRP will personally surpass gold's market cap in no time at all when everything starts moving. That's just my opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong for now. I really don't care, because simply in a matter of time, whether it's a few years or not, you're going to come back and see this channel still going. And I've been right. So we'll see. When a market perceives a digital asset to contain high value or have potential for real world usage, it rewards it with a high base price. But what is the ingredient for quarter after quarter demand increase? volume and liquidity combined with the ability to promote the brand or the name of the digital asset. XRP has both of these ingredients in large amounts. Exactly, and it's only growing. One of the reasons that I am so overwhelmingly confident in my XRP investment is the recent history behind Ripple's promotion of XRP. While emphasizing how much their business strategy is centered around their digital asset, they've carefully taken a soft approach with banks to jumpstart the adoption of Ripple technology in general, using ILP, Interledger Protocol, to connect banks' ledgers. So again, Interledger Protocol is as simple as that. You're just connecting these ledgers to communicate together. And they've sponsored RippleNet, a collection of banks and financial institutions, and these are essentially all of Ripple's clients, that are connected together using Ripple technology to make instant payments, whether that's the various software products of Ripple, XVIA, Xcurrent, XRapid. And now they're rotating XRapid into the mix. So again, with Xcurrent 4.0, it easily enables XRP usage. So that's their whole plan. They already said they want to onboard people using XVIA for the standard interfaces, Xcurrent for, messaging standards and better communication and bidirectional messaging. And then they can easily have XRP as that option to source on-demand liquidity. It's simply a matter of time. And I know that a lot of us we seem like this is a lot of speculation, but we're seeing the dominoes fall one by one. You're seeing banks, you're seeing huge groups like MasterCard actually investing millions into these cryptocurrency wallets, guys. This should all validate, your investment. I know it was once the Wild West a few years ago, but things are moving quickly and faster than ever. And as we go down right here, I'm pretty certain speculators will want to be a part of this global initiative once they see the ball rolling. And this is XRP Boy. Who wouldn't want to own an asset that has the potential to increase in value from actual utility? And as we can see here, digital assets like XRP could play a major role in strengthening the global economy and helping avert the next financial crisis. And I know that's tons of speculation, but at the end of the day, everything is pretty much speculation until it occurs. So again, XRP Neo, I'd really like to see XRP being traded and quoted with currency pairs in the foreign exchange market. That would lead to massive speculation, hopefully. And again, I actually even addressed that recently about XRP's role in the FX market. So very, very exciting times, guys. Again, definitely kind of check out these threads. Both XRP Boy and XRP_Anderson on Twitter are definite follows. All right, but let's continue here. So next thread, we have XRP Boy again. So right here, I just wanted to share this. So why the speculation? Explain to, and I have some sense of it, explain to regular people what's going on there. So here's a quote. I think it's actually a healthy thing for the market. I've been publicly saying, or in public saying, there's roughly 2,000 different cryptocurrencies out there. I've said that 99%, I've seen 99% or 95% quoted, percent of them, I think, will go to zero. And that can be a scary thing for a lot of you. But again, I know it was the Wild West and we could all make our money and 10x your money overnight. And it was exciting and gambling with all these altcoins. But in reality, that's just how any nascent market works. There's a lot of opportunities to make money. But long term, I'm much more interested in utility with XRP. XRP Neo. This is very cool. So Bob Way, one of the first employees of Ripple, he's recently went dark, but he was on, I believe, Alex Cobb's live stream, as well as maybe some other YouTubers. I'm drawing a blank, but I've definitely watched them. So right here, Bob Way talked about Corda Settler being integrated with ILP. Corda Settler, the open sourced blockchain. Again, this is by R3, the huge banking consortium and trade finance that owns a lot of XRP, has a vested interest to utilize XRP. And it was also named XRP the first settlement mechanism on this blockchain platform, being integrated with ILP, the Interledger Protocol. Now think a bit, why would he mention that? Why do you think? Do you think he knows more than the average person? Absolutely. You don't think he's talking to his old co-workers still? Exactly. And I know this is speculation, but I'm telling you this is speculation, so we'll see what unfolds, because it wouldn't surprise me one bit to see the Corda Settler integrated with ILP and a lot of other platforms integrated with ILP. Simply a matter of time. I think ILP is revolutionary, and we're going to see that, and we're going to see XRP being the primary medium of exchange and settlement on this platform. All right, Crypto Penny CO. Or Crypto Penny Co. So check this out. So here's a quote. The new global crypto monetary framework and the wealth within it will be managed and protected by the Interledger system, with XRP serving as the bridge asset. And this is Ripple's goal all along. And as we can see, we got shout out to Status for these nice little documents, of course, and philosophy of MET. So We have this picture again. We see the interledger infrastructure application companies building with the interledger protocol. I've already talked about, Mojaloop. The Bill and Gates Melinda Foundation developed Mojaloop, an open source payment system for emerging markets using ILP to increase financial inclusion through interoperability. Of course, Coil. If you don't have a subscription for this and you're a true XRP fan, highly recommend getting a subscription for this. It monetizes web applications. If you have, a Discord, a Reddit, any other platforms, you can collect, small amounts of XRP for people that visit your site. Along with that, you can actually pay, and there's, a plethora of benefits included with that. We have Kava Labs. I just say Kava. It's an open source payment system. Again, just open payment system for cryptos built on the ILP. We've got Strata Labs. Just tons of exciting things and developments. And really quick, I do want to click this and give you an example. So on this article, as soon as it loads up here, so I have like a million tabs up. Let's look in, let's see the bottom left. Let's see. Coil, and as we can see here, look at this bottom left. I'm not sure if you can see it, if my thumb, the overlay is covering it, but you can see Coil and it's quickly adding up the amount of XRP. So pretty cool. And I've already read this article, but I just want to go over a few things. So again, XRP. This is where crypto asset XRP by Ripple comes into play. XRP will be capable of providing cross-border payment services measured in seconds at fractions of a cent. What reserve currencies have been doing for centuries, XRP will do it thousands of times the efficiency thanks to its scalability. As we can see here, with XRP serving as the bridge asset in the new exchange arrangement, which will eliminate the imbalances and inefficiencies associated with past fiat reserve currencies. Let's see, those businesses, banking, and academic interests which have moved from empire to empire will no longer have control as the fully decentralized XRP interledger expands. Not even Ripple will have influence or control over the interledger once more non-Ripple validators are added. And that's exactly what's happening. Ripple is using that money in the escrow to grow the XRP ecosystem. They're selling XRP. There's market makers. There's huge institutions that are stockpiling this. And again, as there's more non-Ripple validators, Ripple, that argument of centralization will be silly. And this is how you create that level playing field from scratch with high liquidity and open payment rails. So each ledger which joins the interledger can have its own validator. This would be the distribution of fairness within the architecture. This is a genius plan. I truly hope that, we see this to fruition and this all occurs. And again, I'm willing to take that risk early on. While a decentralized XRP guards the castle gate, the new crypto, USD and Bitcoin, and those who attempt to control and manipulate both will not be allowed to corrupt the new global crypto monetary system and cause an unfair, undeserved, and imbalanced movement of wealth and value to the places which convenience them the most. All right, guys, so I just wanted to go over that. I think that's very, very exciting. XRP will be the bridge asset, which serves to connect all assets and ledgers on the interledger protocol. Very, very exciting times. And I know we are so early day, and this is highly speculative, but I want to share this with you because I truly believe that I am onto something here. I believe that the XRP community is onto something, and I wouldn't share it otherwise. Granted, I'm well aware I have a confirmation bias, but I'm just very excited, and there's no other competitor today. And again, XRP Neo just sharing this video. Highly recommend you check this out. This is a little older, from 2018, shared by Stephen Diep. Definite follow on Twitter as well. But it's XRP Neo's belief and my belief as well. Look, just cross-border remittance is a $155 trillion problem. They're going to solve this remittance problem first, and then they'll look at something else. So it's a lot of people's belief and speculation that Ripple is going to solely focus on the remittance market. And of course, as we know, Yoshitaka Katao, the chairman on Ripple, also is pushing for R3 in the world of trade finance to utilize XRP more so on the Corda settler in the world of trade finance. And that is absolutely huge. There's all kinds of speculation here. Of course, as we see this document, R3, not only in the financial industry, of course, we have bonds, derivatives. We know derivatives alone is a $1.4 quadrillion market. Repo trading, crowdfunding, all types of, settling and transferring value. But then we have other industries like real estate, healthcare. But I digress. This goes on forever. It's an infinite rabbit hole. And I think that, we are so early and we really just have no idea what's to come. Very exciting for sure. And again, I believe XRP Neo or XRP_Anderson on Twitter was even just talking about, the amount of money compared to the, that's transacted compared to the potential. So trillions of dollars would mean that a volume increase of well over 1000x for, XRP. That is unbelievable, and that is the risk I'm taking at this early time. If you only have a little bit and you want to hold long term, absolutely. That is personally what I'm doing, not financial advice. I'm just sharing this news because I think that we are really onto something. I think we're very early in this bear market, and the longer this bear market goes, the more likely that we are going to see a massive reversal. Just like a rubber band. The further you pull back and the longer you pull back, when you let that thing go, it is going to fly. All right, and then lastly, I want to finish off with this. So just XRP_Anderson talking a little bit about Rachel Lee's previous post. So he goes, and this is an older post that she had back in January, but still, this is still relevant today. So don't be upset that I'm talking about old news, because this is information that a lot of people don't get, and that's why I'm trying to bring it to the surface so we can start some good comments down below and learn with each other. So I think Rachel Lee very likely was very correct in this regard. If true, then the $1 billion by late 2020 for XRapid would be a great achievement, 50% global remittance. We should look more to the Corda settler. And again, Rachel, this was said earlier this year. She said, it's clear Ripple are just a remittance company for high volume, low value remittances, payments, transfers. This is why XRP value is not moving. XRapid was not designed for high value payments. This is why R3 is involved. Look at all areas R3 will cover. High value targets. And remember, they were arguing that, XRapid first, world of remittance first. And again, I still believe that XRapid will highly drive price upward, as I've gone over even like in Galgatron's blog. But it's good to see that because there's, high value that we cannot even imagine if R3 truly launches Corda and we really start going. Again, Corda is live, but I'm very curious when we're going to start doing that. We have to build the liquidity first. And I believe that they're just kind of going over after remittance first. There's a lot of oversight going on, regulatory clarity coming. And then after all of that happens, as I've said in previous videos, we're going to have the higher liquidity. It's like a massive equation and domino effect. Higher liquidity, tighter spreads on the order books, which makes it a lot more cost effective for all these different, corridors to become more efficient. XRapid will continue to thrive. Demand increases, price of XRP increases accordingly. And I believe it's going to happen in stages. So I'm very, very excited, guys. That was, let's just have that be the last one for today. I just wanted to share that. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm sure some of you perhaps might not agree with everything I say, and that's fine. But just give me a legitimate reason and try not to be rude. We're all adults here. We're all here to learn with each other. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. Thanks.